Number: the mystery of Melchizedek, the man with no beginning and no end. What if one of the most mysterious figures in the Bible appeared for only a few verses, yet has puzzled scholars for thousands of years? No family, no recorded birth, no recorded death, no explanation of where he came from or where he went. Then, just as suddenly as he appeared, he vanished. His name was Melchizedek, and to this day, people still ask the same question. Who was he? A king? A priest? A symbol? Or someone far more extraordinary? Let's uncover one of the Bible's greatest mysteries. To understand why Melchizedek is so mysterious, we have to travel back nearly 4,000 years. The story begins after Abraham returns victorious from rescuing his nephew Lot. As he makes his way home, something unexpected happens. A man suddenly appears. His name is Melchizedek. He is introduced with only two titles: King of Salem and Priest of God Most High. That's it. No introduction, no background, no family history, nothing. For a book that carefully records genealogies and family lines, this silence is remarkable. Almost every important biblical figure is connected to parents, children, or tribes. But Melchizedek seems to appear from nowhere. He brings bread and wine. He blesses Abraham. Then something extraordinary happens. Abraham gives Melchizedek 1/10 of everything he has. This moment may seem simple, but it raises a huge question. Why would Abraham, one of the most important figures in the Bible, honor this mysterious man in such a significant way? Who exactly was Melchizedek? The mystery only deepens centuries later. Long after Melchizedek disappears from Genesis, his name suddenly appears again, this time in Psalm 110. The verse declares, "You are a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek." But who is being described? And why is Melchizedek suddenly mentioned again after hundreds of years? Then, in the New Testament, the mystery reaches an entirely new level. The book of Hebrews dedicates several chapters to explaining Melchizedek's importance. It describes him in extraordinary language: without father, without mother, without genealogy, without beginning of days or end of life. These words have fascinated readers for centuries. Did the writer mean them literally or symbolically? This single passage has inspired countless theories. Some believe Melchizedek was simply a historical king whose ancestry was intentionally left unrecorded. Others believe he represents an eternal priesthood rather than an ordinary human ruler. But there are even more unusual ideas. One theory suggests Melchizedek was an angel. Another claims he was actually Shem, the son of Noah, still alive generations after the flood. According to ancient traditions, Shem lived for hundreds of years. If the timelines are calculated a certain way, some argue it is possible that Abraham and Shem were alive at the same time. Could Shem have ruled as the king of Salem? Could he have become known as Melchizedek? Many scholars reject this idea, but the theory has survived for centuries. Perhaps the most famous interpretation is even more astonishing. Some Christians believe Melchizedek was not merely a man. They believe he was a pre-incarnate appearance of Christ, a divine figure appearing long before the birth of Jesus. Why? Because Melchizedek appears suddenly, blesses Abraham, receives honor from him, and then disappears without explanation. Supporters of this view point to the description in Hebrews: without beginning, without end, an eternal priest. However, many biblical scholars disagree. They argue that Hebrews is comparing Jesus to Melchizedek, not claiming they are the same person. According to this interpretation, Melchizedek serves as a pattern or symbol pointing toward Christ rather than being Christ himself. This debate has continued for centuries, and there is still no universal agreement. Another fascinating mystery lies in Melchizedek's title. He is called the King of Salem. Many historians believe Salem later became Jerusalem. If that's true, Melchizedek may have ruled the very city that would one day become one of the holiest places on earth. Even his name carries meaning. Melchi means king. Zedek means righteousness. Together, Melchizedek is often translated as King of Righteousness. At the same time, he is called the King of Salem. Salem is closely connected with the Hebrew word for peace. That makes him both the King of Righteousness and the King of Peace. Many believe these titles are deeply symbolic. Others see them as another clue that his identity was unlike anyone else's. Over the centuries, Melchizedek has appeared in Jewish writings, Christian theology, and even other ancient religious traditions. Every generation has tried to answer the same question. Who was this mysterious priest-king? Some say he was entirely human. Some believe he was an angelic being. Others believe he was a divine appearance unlike any other in Scripture. Yet none of these ideas has been proven beyond doubt. Perhaps that's exactly why the story continues to captivate millions of people, because Melchizedek refuses to fit into any simple category. He appears, he changes the course of the story, and then he disappears into history, leaving behind only questions. Maybe that's the point. Not every mystery in history is meant to be solved completely. Some exist to make us ask deeper questions. Questions about faith, about history, and about the meaning hidden within ancient texts. Thousands of years have passed since Melchizedek first stepped onto the pages of history, yet his identity remains one of the Bible's greatest unsolved mysteries. Was he simply a righteous king, a symbolic priest, an angel, or someone whose true identity has been hidden in plain sight all along? What do you think? Who was Melchizedek? Share your theory in the comments below.
If you enjoy exploring mysterious stories from history, religion, and ancient civilizations, make sure to subscribe.
Because some of history's greatest secrets are still waiting to be uncovered.